Well, hello and welcome to the last Arts and Wellness Café for the year. Welcome. Wow, what a year it has been. let me get myself comfortable. Why not? He always barks when I go to make a recording, but we do have some background noise. We've got the guys next door. There's at least 3 of them with whackers cutting the grass, and Cole. Hello. Hello. Come in. Come on. Anyway, yeah. So, how have you been? How have you been keeping? Huh? You're not sure? Just think about it. I know that I've got, I borrowed my husband's, he's got this small laptop, but it's, what was it, a Microsoft Surface? So it's really it's one of those ones that it can be like a notebook and then fold out to a laptop. But I'm used to like the screen being here, and the screen for this one is down there, so I've been doing this with my neck. And today, after I did my usual bit in the garden, and I'll tell you about what I've been doing in there briefly, my neck, the whole of the back of my neck is hurting, and I just hope that you're able to hear. Anyway, yeah, so out in the garden, what was I doing? I was speaking to a friend a couple of days ago, and she was saying that she's just, through all the stress over this last year, she suddenly broke out in eczema, and in the most common places, because my son had it, so it's the folds of your arms and the back of your knees, and her skin is like really kind of suffering. So she'd been using aloes, and I was just like, well, I've got loads of aloes plants, I'll bring you one. So I was out there today looking at which plant to use, to take, because what's happened is I'd recently moved some, and they've now all kind of blossomed, and there's like aloes pots. I don't know if that's what you call them, but the little baby plants, there's loads of them. Like one plant has at least 5 or 6 pots, and the plants themselves are getting really thick and heavy. So I thought, it'd be nice for her to plant that in her garden, and then she's got that for continuous use. So I was contemplating that in the garden, and I realised I didn't have the right tools to dig it up. So I was just like, I could struggle with I've got a long-armed spade, but it's only got a small head, so the plant may be damaged, and what you need to do is kind of, there's the plant, you want to come in and go deep enough so that you don't mash up any roots, and then lift it up. But so that was my morning activity. So I've got a shovel under the house that it must be just outside near the door. Cole, come here. Come. So I've got another shovel under the house, so I'll do that. That'll be my task for tomorrow. But it's weird to think, it's December, and do you want to have a look? Do you want to see him? What's on? There he is. Say hello. Come on in. Oh. That's what you get. I'm not going to edit it out because this is, sorry about that. It's just such a long, because I haven't yet got my, I haven't been able to go and look for a computer, and so I'm going to probably have to now, because my neck is really kind of feeling it, and I do have to spend quite a lot of time on the computer editing, and so that position, looking down, is just like, oh my gosh, no. I was saying, what is going on? So that's part of me, like recognizing how, come here, come on, come here, recognizing how I need to spend more time looking after myself, and going forward to 2021, because that's the other thing, you know, it's just like 2 days time we're in a new year, and it always kind of, I always find it weird, because you know, one minute you're in December and then the next minute you're in January, and I know it's like, yeah, duh, but um, it just is really weird. You're like, end of the year, now the beginning of the year, and now you've got this whole 12 months, and you think to yourself how quickly um, this year has gone, but also the things that you may have taken for granted. So think about, what did you take for granted this year? And then all your kind of plans were scuppered because of COVID, and the changes that's taken place all around the world. Um, and just really have a kind of review of what things worked, what things didn't, what do you need to kind of spend more time on. For me, one of the things is not, I mean, not that I did before, like, you know, you pay what other people think of you any mind, pay any mind to what other people think of you, and you know, like, not get hung up on. So I can hear them hacking down something with a machete, and I've got a plant there. I've got my, I know it hangs over, but when my clamor cherry tree and my cotton tree, so it'll be interesting to see what they're hacking back. They're not necessarily gardeners, they're just kind of cutting stuff. They've been told to clear it, basically. Yeah, so looking at what things worked, what things you could do better. I've got a minute, sorry. Have a look at the painting at the back. No, it's hard to see. Oh, and we're back in the room. It's hard to see, because I've got a lot of trees out there. It's hard to see exactly what they're hacking back. But I guess what I've decided is that, because it's my neighbour's fence, I'm going to have to grow things, like have at least a couple of feet before the fence and grow things there, so the plants that I have don't get hacked back. I mean, obviously if it's hanging over, right over, and you know, it's obstructing there, he's hardly there. It's like there once a year. But yeah. Sorry. Is that what the end of the year brings? But I hadn't actually planned today, but I knew I wanted to maybe think about, you know, a review, and think about what things, for me, what things I've done. Also, there's things I want to do before the end of the year, so it's just like you've got a couple of days. And I've been cleaning a lot, you know, and packing things, not packing things away, but getting rid of things, because it's just like, you think to yourself, you gather all these things, and you know, if you're not using them, at the end of the day, what then will happen is that they just get chucked away by somebody else who's clearing up your stuff. And I mean, I know that when my father passed, my mum, he did a lot of kind of he was an electrician, and then he had loads of stuff. He's like me in terms of collecting loads of different things and trying different things and making, because back in the day, back in Jamaica, he would, I know that he had a sewing machine, he had loads of stuff for making shoes, so I think he did that, and he also, made some sort of clothing. I never, I guess when we were growing up, it was cheaper to buy, go out and buy in a what do you call it, a store, what do you call it, department store, then I don't know, but the finish of clothes, that's what I'm finding, like the finish of things, even like growing your own, tasting the difference between what you've brought from the supermarket and what you've grown. Like I've been munching on papayas over the past week. My tree is full of papayas, and they're kind of ripening slowly. So one lasts, say, about 3 days. I'm the only one that's eating it. Sakani doesn't can't eat them. Um, but yeah, so she wanted to clear all his stuff, and a lot of stuff we had to give away. I wanted to keep it all. I tried to fit as many things in my flat at the time as I could, from him, and then over the years I've had to kind of even weed those out, and lots of screws and electrical stuff and power tools and stuff like that. So yeah, it's amazing to think how many years have passed. I mean, he died in 1992, and then my brother passed in 2011, and you just think, wow, back then, when if in both cases you never thought you would get to this far ahead, in terms of years. It was just like everything was just so raw, and you couldn't think past the even the day, the week, the month, and now you're looking back years, and as we get older, the generation above us are going, and so we're taking their place, and we're in a different situation to them. Tissue off for the fly. We're in a different situation to them because of the amount of technology we have, and the things that we have available to us, and so I mean, yeah, as I said, I still collect things, but I wonder if when it's my time to go, will those that are left to clear my stuff, or do I do it now? Like you make sure that you are only using the things that you need rather than having a load of stuff around. And again, that's just me reflecting over the year and thinking, I have collected a lot of stuff, but I have given away a lot of stuff as well. But I recently went and picked some stuff up that I'm wondering how I'm going to use them, and I'll say, I'll be inspired over the next, say, week or two or month, but yeah, it is just like a weird thing. And then we've got New Year's coming up, and I've spoken to Mum over Christmas, which was really nice. The care home there has a mobile phone that you can WhatsApp call, video call, which is really good, especially for families who living so far away, or even close, because obviously all the care homes are on lockdown as well, and you can't visit. So it's nice for the family members to be able to still connect. There does need to be, I think, in the care home itself, they have, let's say for instance, they have 5 different units, and they have 2 units with people who are living with dementia, and then they've got like people who need care but don't have dementia. So they could be, I think the youngest is say 40, but say they've got 5 units, they've only got one phone. And it's just like, surely you would have one phone per unit, to be, surely there is resources to be able to do that. You're getting enough from the people who live there, the residents. I mean, all of my mum's pension goes on paying for her space, and she should be, because dementia, for her condition, it's just like she should have come under health and nursing care, but she doesn't. She comes under social care, so she has to pay for her. Okay, yeah. So she has to pay for her to stay there. Basically, it's really, really expensive. It's ridiculous. I mean, you don't mind. Yes, of course. If she was living in a flat, she would pay her rent and all of that. But the amount that they charge a week, over £800 a week, doesn't make sense. Or is that a month? I think that's a month actually. But it's more. I think she gets like the council pay about £200, and then she's paying 800, over 800. You think to yourself, why is it so expensive? She's got one room. It's a room, a small room. But anyway, we know that there's lots that need to be done in terms of health and social care. So what are the things that you want to do for the new year? What are the plans? What are your plans for the new year? Have you started to think about that? I think it's really important to think about these things, not like 31st, like tomorrow, and really kind of think about the things that you want to achieve and how you think you're going to be able to do them. You don't have to work out every detail, but it starts with a plan, so writing it down and thinking about the things that you want to do and what may be needed. So if you need to go and learn, do a course, if you need to change your eating habits, if you need to spend more time relaxing and taking yourself away from your work, because that might be the thing. You might be totally stressed out and just not functioning properly. As in terms of the arts, I'm going to be quite busy this year, the coming year, 2021. So you will be seeing a lot more of me, and in terms of courses, as I've said before, I'm on 3 courses at the moment, and so looking forward to. It's really like when he's just sat up and he's looking over there. You just think, what is it? What is it you're sensing? 3 courses: life book, one badass art journal, and creative jumpstart. And creative jumpstart and life book start on the 1st of January. So that's Friday. So a couple of days. So again, if you haven't yet signed up, I've got the links below. You'll be able to sign up and you'll be able to get the early bird special on Creative Jumpstart, and you'll also be able to get the 20% off for Life Book. And with Badass, the early bird special finishes on the 31st as well. So if you're gonna sign up, then now's the time to do it, and you'll get the discounts. And I hope that if you also didn't get a chance to do the taster sessions, if you click the link below for the 7-day free replay, and what that means is from the time you from the time you sign up to that, you get 7 days to look through some of the sessions. You're not going to be able to do them all. Maybe you will, but make sure you check out mine. Make sure you check out my session. It was a really nice session. I really liked it, and it got some really nice feedback. So and it's something that I do on a regular basis, and it is really kind of quite soothing and calming. And I do that as well. Just let off. What are you eating, Carl? Yes. So where was I? Yes. Oh yeah. Courses. So yeah, and I'm just it's really good. It's really great to be able to contribute in that way and be connected with the other artists and see what other artists are doing with their courses. Even as the teachers, we don't get enough time to be able to do all the sessions. And as I'm saying, like if I look at the amount of teachers that are on the classes that in total, there's 15 on Badass, there's 30 on Lifebook, and 45 on Creative Jumpstart. So that's a lot of sessions. And but it's going to be really good, and I think you're going to stretch yourself and you're going to step out of your comfort zone. And I think for me, that's one of the things that I continue to do. I continue to try and step out of my comfort zone, because you can get a bit too comfortable, and then you might miss things that, if you had pushed yourself a bit more, then you would see some amazing results. So that's one of the things that I'll be doing. What is that? It's stepping out of my comfort zone. And I look forward to maybe a new and revised. No, I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to be able to have sorted out my computer. Will I sort it out by the next Arts and Wellness Wednesday? Maybe not. But for January next year, to be able to sort out my computer and then get back to editing the way that I want to edit. Even though I've not had the my computer with my editing software, it has stretched me a bit, because I'm having to really what are you going to do with that? So why don't you put it on the stand? Yeah, but we can take it off, because what's his name should be coming to pick it up. Yeah, Simon's supposed to be picking it up. Well, I can text him. This is my son Sakani, the musician. I'll leave a link to his music as well, so you can check him out and see what you think. He's hoping to. Why are you shutting the door? He's not hoping, he will be releasing some new. When's the next song coming out? January. His next song is going to be out in January. So I'll leave a link to his SoundCloud and everything. You can go and check him out. But yes, what I'm going to do after this is leave you with an art something, something arty. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I'm going to leave you with something arty. I'll post it separately so that you can see it after this. But what I'm going to do for now is just wish you a happy new year, and I hope that you stay blessed, are blessed, that you find your blessings, that you find the nuggets that are buried deep within. So even though we can sometimes go through very challenging situations, there are always nuggets, there are always things that we find or we learn about ourselves, or we learn about the situation, or we learn about moving forward. And I think it's really important to always be open to learning something. And yeah, even in when you lose somebody, there are nuggets there, and maybe it's the nuggets are when you think about your relationship, you remember things about that person, or you remember how much you loved them, you remember how much you valued an aspect about them, and maybe it's something that you want to bring out even more in yourself. So yeah, look at every situation and think about what um, the lessons that can be learned. And as you move forward in your creative walk, think about how you express yourself visually, how you use your tools. You know, are you a master of your tools? Are you fearful about using particular tools, and why? And maybe this is an opportunity um, to work through that and allow your creativity to help you express those parts of you that you may not be able to verbalize, but you can share in an image, you can share in, say, something written, in a poem, in a song, in some movement. So don't just when I talk about creativity, it's everything to do with art and visual arts, but everything to do with, when you take music, movement, you take, I'm creative out there in my garden, and I just spend time just wandering around sometimes, just marveling at what's growing, or what new insect am I finding, or you know um, what new fruit is coming out, or buds that are coming out. So looking at everything as a place where, with wonderment, and that you can learn from and you can grow with. So I hope that little short message blesses you, and I look forward to connecting with you. And don't be a stranger. Come and check out some of the other videos and posts, and check out some of the other things that I've been doing. And I just hope to continue to be a blessing for 2021, and do bigger and better things, and shine my light. And I hope you shine yours too. Take care.